Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Time for another Star Wars Middle Earth build. Yes, they've come out with more. This one's a big one. I'm excited, but then aren't I always? We have a gift box of C-3PO and R2-D2 all on one stand. And this one not only is C-3PO gold, but there's some color added. He's got a red arm. R2-D2 has some color to him. So this is it's a more expensive kit, and there's a lot of sheets, and there's a lot of instructions. So if I'm ever going to finish it, I better get started. Let's open this up and see what's inside. C-3PO and R2-D2 in one box. What is inside? Let's open, shall we? Woohoo! Nifty. I feel special. We have a collection of things here. Whole wad of sheets. Looks to be several. So that's the side. We look underneath. We have bunches of instructions. So, what is in all of this stuff? Now, for starters, let's open up the sheets. We've got gold here. One silver sheet with the obvious base. We have one golden sheet. I suppose it goes without saying this is 3PO. Another golden sheet. Ooh, nice little piece of paper. More C-3PO. We have a piece of paper separating out the red sheet, which I'm assuming is 3PO's arm. Several hands and several pieces. We'll put that over. Let's put that at the bottom, I guess. Trying to get everything on camera. Another silver piece. This one has some paint on it. This is R2-D2 with the blue parts and kind of fades and scratches. Another piece of paper. And then we have the last silver part, more of R2-D2 with a few more painted and stained and scratched looking pieces. And there we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full sheets and one red half sheet. There we go. 1, 2, 3 silver, 2 gold, 1 red half sheet. Let's set these to the side. We have 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper. Let's start with the one that says Star Wars Middle Earth on it. Let's open this up. We have our usual intro, the 360 view, the website, the line drawing, the QR code, a bit about insertion lines, or fold lines, insertion tabs, insertion holes, a bit about needle nose pliers being helpful. We have our legend for how to bend or twist a tab. The blue circle means to bend a tab over 90 degrees. The green triangle means to twist it 90 degrees. And this is a little note that if you pull and twist, it makes a more secure connection. And then we have the legend here. When you see an M, it's pointing to the side with the mirror finish. E is pointing to the engraved side or colored side. NE, non-engraved side or non-colored side. And this is just an attention point. For whatever reason, it's pointing at something that you need to pay attention to. Down here we have some of the sheet layouts. We have the red sheet with all of its duplicate parts. We have sheet 1 silver, which would be This one? Feels like it's two stuck together. It feels like two. Maybe it's, I don't know if it's got plastic over it or something. Anyway, so there's those two. We move to the next page. At the top, we have more sheet layouts. We have silver sheet 2, silver sheet 3, and then we've got golden sheet 1 and 2. Here we go. 1, 2. Yay! So all of the mini sheets. And of course below that starts the assembly flowchart, starting with part 1, R2's head, part 2, 3, 4, just bend and curve and assemble and bring the parts together. Flip over to page 3 and continue on following the arrows and the part numbers. You get to the bottom of this page, of course, page 4, and continue into that. I'm assuming one of these other pieces of paper has page 5. And we have page 5. Follow the arrows. Page 6, still building R2. Page 7, we're getting there. And then page 8, R2 is finished and attached. Now it's on to C-3PO. And just continue to follow the arrows. At the end of page 8, we go to sheet number 3. More of the same. Follow the arrows, follow the arrows. 11. And this is a bit about the different colored hands. I'll read that in a second. Page 12, you get to the bottom, and you're all done. So this here, left hand, the following instructions will create the hand in red. To create the hand in gold, optional, replace 62, 63, 64, 65, 66 with the same parts located on the gold sheet 2. Alright, so you can build it with either arm. I'm probably going to go with red. And I kind of skipped over it. So going back to the beginning, if you look at all of these sheets, all the layouts, there are some parts that are the same color, and if you don't know, that's indicating that these are the same parts. Now sometimes the color's a little too close, but you can tell those apart. One of these is labeled 42, this one isn't labeled, it's also 42. It helps you to find duplicate parts without a bunch of numbers and more quickly, and I'm glad that they do that. Let's talk tools. I have a pretty standard set of tools that I use in most every build. I have needle nose pliers, I have flat nose pliers, I have flush clippers. These are a must for me. They clip parts off the sheets quickly and cleanly. I have a set of precision tweezers, one with a very pointed end, one with the pointed end ground down slightly, and flat set with a sort of curved tip, useful for twisting tabs in slightly curved areas. I also have a pretty standard set of tweezers with a flat angled end. These come in one of the Iconics kits, and I use them a lot. When it comes to shape and rounded parts, there are many options. I used dowel rods for a long time. I sharpened the ends of 2 of them with a pencil sharpener. These 2 are great for making cone shapes. Another option is a cheap drill bit set. This set has quite a few different sizes to choose from. Another option is a set of step mandrels. Another option for rounding parts, especially larger parts, is sockets. Maybe you have some sitting around already, maybe you know someone that will loan you a few, or maybe just pick up a really cheap set. Ring pliers or round nose pliers can be found with jewelry making tools and work wonderfully for curving delicate and or hard to get to areas. Some sort of hook and pick set can be handy. I like this very small dental style pick. Sometimes you have to pull things out of areas too small for fingers. So I've talked about tools that I'll use. We have our massive amount of instructions and numerous sheets. A few basic tools to get us started. Let's get building. This guy's going to take a while. I started to bend the tabs up and have them on the outside of R2's head, but decided to make it a little neater and have them go inside instead. I noticed an injury from the previous day, decided to start opening up. I decided to try some gloves this time. It's something I had talked about doing months ago, but had just never done it. The tabs on part 2 were a tight fit, perhaps because of the added paint. When attaching the ring to the bottom of the head, you want to place the tab under the eyepiece in one of the two inner slots that line up with the outer slot. Otherwise, R2 head is going to face off to one side. This is something I missed on the original R2-D2 build. From here out, there are many square parts that go inside of the body, but the details faces outward. Be sure you are folding the side pieces the correct way. I was once again going for a neater look by tucking the tab inward, but I'm not sure it was worth it. It was difficult to pull off and did not come out as clean looking as I would have liked. It may have been better to let the tabs go from the inside out. It helps to bend all the tabs so that they are pointing in the same direction towards the next connection. Bending the foot into shape takes some precision and patience. It might help to fold in one end just a bit as a guide to see how it's supposed to be shaped. All the inner angles are all 90 degrees. Silly me, I put the bottom on the top. I wanted to bend all the tabs on these indented areas outward. I think they would look a little better that way, but a few of them would end up blocking other slots. This video has been edited down. I've not shown all the different attempts, adjustments, or retries of this build. I also clip out parts where I am studying directions, searching for and clipping parts, and sometimes repetitive steps. It may make this kit look like it comes together easier than it did, but there are a lot of bending and adjusting of parts to make things fit. Work slowly, be patient, and take your time. I waited to bend the inner tabs out until the leg was together. That way the tabs didn't get accidentally bent back and forth. Try to bend them as close to the edge as you can so they line up better. And now I realized I had put the bottom on the wrong end. I was a little worried about mounting R2 to the base. I remember having quite a bit of trouble with that on the previous R2D2 model. I remember the bottom of the feet that are supposed to fold inwards did not want to line up, and one of the tabs on the center foot broke off. Fortunately, I did not have that sort of trouble here. R2D2 is together and on the base. I'm going to call that the end of part 1 because this is kind of a long build. In part 2, I'll build C-3PO and add him as well. I'll put a link in the description and a link up top. Just follow that to see C-3PO built and added to it. Thank you for watching. Keep on keeping on.